All right, let's take a look at what we got here. Auxiliary views. So we had the lecture, little video. Here's the assignment. I take it that you watched everything. And it's also a chapter. I read the chapter about auxiliary views so you know exactly what's going on as far as how we're going to construct these things. All right. So I'm going to jump into construction. Start with the anchor bracket here. And a little construction video for each, and then a drawing video. So start with the anchor bracket here. And that's metric. Metric standard millimeter part. Okay, what happened? Let me try it again. Metric standard millimeter part. There we go. And new. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build the bottom base first and then build off of that. So I'll use this as the plane I'll work on. I'll start with a rectangle here and put those dimensions in. We got 24 from the back face to the center of the holes, and these got a radius of 13. So that'd be what the total on the bottom would be 37. So like that 37. Then we got 33. And 2 radii on each side, because we got 13 here and 13 here, which is what, 26. So 33 plus 26 is going to be what, 59. That sound right? 33, 26, 25, 59. Okay. We have a radius of 13, so we'll put them in. Right now, fill it 13. Here and here. Then we have holes, 2 holes with diameter 11 that are at that concentric, same center point. Is equal. Row 11. Okay, I'm going to extrude this up. Coming up 9. So extrude up 9 millimeters. Okay, so now we want to build this portion here. So I'm going to put a face, a sketch plan on this face right here. Let me flip it around because I want to draw it from this side. And I'm just kind of draw this shape here. It's kind of, well, here, 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 and then up to here somewhere. And down like so. Say, and then down like that. Thereabouts. Something like that. We have, excuse me, the midpoint here. We got to measure off this midpoint. So I'm going to put a point on this midpoint so that I can grab it with a dimension line. So here I'm going to use the point command and stick it on the middle of this line. So I'll mouse over till I get that green dot, and I'll place that point there. You can see, I don't know if you can see, does it get larger? Not really. There's a point there now. So now I can dimension to it. So we're 19 over. So we'll put a dimension between this point and this edge. So put 19. Ooh. And we're 64 up. Here to here, this is all going to be whacked. 64, okay. And I need a 45-degree angle here. I'm going to pull that out like that. There we go. So I need this to be a 45-degree angle. So I'm going to put an angular dimension in between here and here at 45. And this distance is, well, we got a radius of 16, so that's going to be 32 from here to here. 16 is 32. So put a dimension. It's an aligned dimension. So don't, make sure that you have an aligned dimension. 32. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you have it aligned. Okay. And we got a thickness of 9. And I think I got everything I got in here. 1964 from this corner, from down there. Finish the sketch. And we're going to come out with extrusion, flip it, and 9 millimeters. Okay. So there we go. So far, so good. Now I want to build this shape. So I'll put a sketch plane on this surface right here. And I'm just going to draw it up here and then move it down later. Put a rectangle, put a circle, midpoint. We got what, 29 millimeters here from center to this edge. We got a radius of 16. So let me trim this out so I get a radius instead of a diameter. Radius of 16. Make sure these are tangent too. That's really important. Okay. And we want a circle with a radius with a diameter of 14. Diameter 14. And I'm going to make sure it's concentric to this arc. So if I move it, it'll move with it. Okay, it's already there. Okay. So then I'll make this line collinear with this line. And then I'll make this line here collinear with this line there. Yeah, got the right line. So you get the right line, not that line, but this line, because they're a little bit off, a little different. Finish the sketch and see it's right on. That's the way we want it. Right there. Nailed it. Okay, so we can extrude this down. Flip that. It's really hard to tell what that distance is. Because we got 9 here, 9 here, so you can assume it's 9, but it looks like it might be a little fatter. It didn't reproduce real well. I don't know if it's 10 or could be 10, 12. I'm gonna put 9. 9 is good. Just use a 9. Keep it uniform. Okay, so now we need to put the fillets and rounds in. It's rounded on the front, but you can assume that the back and the top and everything is machined. So you gotta be real careful when you're doing this, because sometimes the way it's drawn, it may take a couple different tries to get all the fillets in. Radius 3, so fillet. Radius of 3. I'll start down here and do this. See if that works. So far, so good. Where's my apply button? It doesn't have an apply button. Okay, so okay. Continue. I got these new commands in here. I don't know if I like them. I'll put one here. We'll take it. That's good. Let's go up here. Get that. And that. So far, everything looks good. If you get a weird color, it's not blue, kind of telling you that it's not going to work. So I kind of take a little bit at a time instead of doing everything at once, because a lot of times it just says, forget you, and it don't work. So we got to put the fillets on this right here, on this edge, and hope that works. On here, we're good so far. On there, okay. Very good. Fillets have gotten much better than the older version, like that work. I was having all kinds of problems with it. And that should be everything. Yeah, I got them all. How about that? Okay. So I'm going to say this for now, and then we'll put it into a drawing file in a later video. So this is the anchor bracket. All right.